What's up, boxing fans? We got some bad news going on out here. Unfortunately, we got Floyd Schofield Jr. The young man, on the rise. He beat Tevin Farmer, one of my favorite fighters. Shout out to him for that in amazing fashion. Has become injured, in training for the upcoming fight against Diaz. A fight I don't like. I didn't like it. I think that, I wouldn't say a cherry pick, but I mean, but you picking a guy who came off a close loss to Regis Prograis, you know, let's just say JoJo ain't at his best no more, and now y'all going after him, which, I can understand it, that I would say Andy Cruz, but Andy Cruz right behind him. Andy Cruz trying to get a fight with Raymond Mortala. That ain't happening. Purse bid going on. I don't think Raymond Mortala really want to fight Andy Cruz. I don't think nobody at 135 really want to fight, Andy Cruz. But when it comes to Floyd Schofield, this didn't happen before. We got the Shakur Stevenson fight. They came out and they were saying that people poisoned them and people touched them and rubbed stuff on them. And now they're saying that the commission stopped them from having the fight, but yet no proof has ever came out that Shakur Stevenson's team has ever even poisoned the boy. Ain't no proof came out on that at all. That you went out there and you pushed that out in the atmosphere in the world for people to think that Shakur Stevenson team going wiping cream on people so they could lose matches. Before that even happened, it was the part of the passport, which I made a video on that. I told y'all I felt it was lying. How you wait all this time before you go over there to promote the fight, and now y'all can't find passports and pages tore out. I mean, that's stuff that's supposed to be looked at and checked before you even before you even pack your bags to go overseas to promote the fight, right? But the fans let him slide with it. We just want to see Kid Austin get out there and do what he do. I think he's a strong young fighter. I think he got he's a boxer puncher. I think he's limited. To me, he's a young Sean Porter. I see a lot of Sean Porter in him. I think it's stuff that him and his father need to work on. You know what I'm saying? But salute to this young man for having a career in the sport that he loved. But if I was a boxer, I wouldn't want to really sign up to fight Floyd Schofield simply because you don't know if y'all gonna have the fight. I'm not finna go and pay for trainers and bring people in. I mean, not trainers, but well, you gotta pay your trainer to fly people in to spar with, and you don't even know if you gonna have the fight. So, that's becoming a bad rep. Even though they say it was an injury, you know, it still don't look good. Every time it's time for y'all to fight, it's a pull out. You know what I'm saying? And just ain't looking too good out here for them. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a good idea. If I was a fighter to sign up to have any contract with the Schofields, because you will never know, somebody gonna come out and say you're poison, or you poison them, or situations like that. I wouldn't have time for it. But I think it's sad and situational. The question we got to wonder is if Tank gonna fight him. They saying they possibly have a fight with Tank in in January. They possibly could be fighting Tank, and they say they have a possibility of fighting the winner of Cruz Mortala, which I just told y'all is not gonna happen. But he said it happened from an uppercut. He was punching the bag hard, and an uppercut hurt his hand, and he tore some stuff. I'm gonna show y'all the picture of his hand and what he says is injured. Now, if you look at right here, you see the little red spots on his hand. I don't know. He's saying this to look like mosquito bites to me. I don't know. Maybe y'all, he said it looked swole and it was big, and I don't see no swollen. All I see is little red dots. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I ain't never boxed before. I ain't never been in the ring before. I don't know what's going on in this situation right here. But it don't look like to me it's that much damage. You never know with these Schofields. That look like it could be a marker. That look like somebody drawing on this boy hand with a marker trying to get up out this fight. I don't know. Maybe they feel like JoJo could be too much for him. I don't know. Or maybe the injury real. But the thing about it is with the Schofields, you never know. And that's the sad part. You never know with them. I didn't too much care for the fight. I felt like there was other places that he could possibly go. He's stuck in. What's up? What's up with you, Roger? He's stuck in a situation right now, where ain't really nobody to fight. You know, we won't, now they're gonna have to find an opponent for JoJo, so we won't see him back. We JoJo out the picture. So who else is there for him to fight out there besides, JoJo Diaz? Everybody else tied up. Except Shakur Stevenson, if they want to wait and try it again. They got Williams Zapata. They got Mark Masayo. Sam Noakes finna fight Abdullah Mason. It's looking hard out here for the boys out here, the Schofield boys. We don't believe nothing they saying out here. Nothing. So unfortunately, y'all letting y'all know we won't be seeing that fight, under the headline. What the headline fight gonna be? It's a major fight too. It's a good fight that Lubin versus Ortiz. We won't be seeing this fight right here. We'll be seeing another one, but I don't know who they gonna really pick to make people. They gonna have to just fill in a spot, but I don't know who they gonna pick to make it look exciting. At least this was gonna be a little bit okay, cause Floyd Schofield do bring what fight fans want to see. Knockouts, aggression. He ain't gonna come in the ring and play. So I will say that about the boy. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, we ain't gonna get that fight. Easy Kid Austin looking 2 fights in 1 year pulling out is crazy. Yeah, that's what I just talking about. It's gonna make them look bad. People ain't gonna want to sign no contracts with them. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to. Like I just said, who want to pay for sparring partners and I got to go out here and train and be away from my family for months, and then 2 weeks before the fight, the Schofields come and say, "Oh, we got injured," or somebody on their team came and rubbed some on our back or put some in our drink. And come on, man, ain't nobody got time for that, man. This ain't good right here. This ain't good. I wonder if he got some step aside money for Tank going to fight Jake Paul, because he is the #1 mandatory for Tank. The #1 mandatory for Tank is Floyd Schofield. So I'm wondering, if he got some step aside money for that, for him fighting Jake Paul. He should, because they should, you know what I'm saying, give that boy some money since he is lined up for that fight. That's the way I see it. But we'll just have to see, maybe Shakur go back there with him, or go back that way and want to get in the ring with him. What's the fight I want to see next? At which division? Which division do I want to see next? I'm really interested in the Brian Norman versus Devin Haney fight. Y'all, I want to see that fight real bad. I'm picking Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney gonna come out on top. Got more seasoning on him than Brian Norman Jr. The thing people got to understand about Brian Norman Jr. I'm not knocking him. Shout out to the Normans. Brian Norman is, people are caught up on, how he looks against the opponents that he beat, and that's not, comparing him to Devin Haney, that he could possibly beat Devin Haney at all. The guys y'all seen Brian Norman Jr. beat ain't nowhere on the Devin Haney level. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Now, who I really want to talk about? I want to talk, and then I'm going to do a short on this too, because the shorts be helping my channel. Richardson Hitchens. Richardson Hitchens is getting on my nerves. Why is he chasing Devin Haney? Why is Hitchens chasing Devin Haney? Why? You could go and unify at your weight class at 140. Gary Antoine Russell is calling you out, saying he want that smoke with you. You don't want to go see him. You keep talking about you willing to go up to 140, 147 and fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney signed for a fight right now. What's up with this ducking, man? What's up with this shit? We keep seeing all this damn ducking going on in box. Why? We got you at IBF. We got Gary Antoine Russell, WBA. Serbia Matias, WBC. Teofimo out the picture. Teofimo want to go fight Shakur Stevenson. That's the fight they talking about now. Why won't you go and do something at your weight class? Leave Devin Haney alone. Devin Haney going to do what he's supposed to do. Devin Haney going up to a whole new weight class, fighting Brian Norman Jr. And here you go, still talking about the Haneys. No, you need to be saying the Russells, the Serbia Matiases. The Serbia Matiases. Who you got ranked up on here for your belt? We got Jermaine Ortiz, even though he number 6. We got a guy named Lindelfo Delgado, Gabriel Valenzuela, Oscar Duarte. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Fight somebody down there right now. Give somebody an opportunity at that belt right now, Richardson. Why are you bothering Devin Haney now? Why are you bothering Devin Haney? Which is gonna be a good fight. That's gonna be a good fight. I think it's gonna be boring. I think not boring. Let me make this clear. When I say boring, I'm not saying like I'm down in black fighters or anything like that. You know, both of them got skill sets, and they gonna try to outbox each other. You know, that's what they gonna do. Hitchison versus Haney. You know, that's not really a fight that everybody's screaming about. He trying to make it seem like people screaming for Devin Haney versus Hitchens. No, we not. No, we not. We not doing that. You need to go over to call Gary Russell. And Gary Russell saying he used to beat you up in the amateurs. That's more reason for you to go over there and fight him. He's saying he used to beat you up in the amateurs. So, if I ain't mistaken, so go handle that beef. Go handle that. Leave Devin Haney alone right now. Don't nobody want to hear you running around hollering at Devin Haney. Serge Matias out there. Go fight him. Let's go see the smoke up. Let's see with him. We got Shakur Stevenson going towards Teofimo. That's going to be a good fight. Now, that's a 50-50 fight, y'all. That's a 50-50 fight. I can't count. I don't know about y'all, but I cannot count out Teofimo Lopez. Shakur, my boy. Even though y'all know I make videos, Shakur, you know what I'm saying? You could, instead of going to fight Teofimo, but it's a blockbuster, you know what I'm saying? It's worth the money, you know what I'm saying? It's a payday. I understand it, you know what I'm saying? But Andy Cruz right up under you too. And of course, fans gonna say, hey man, he gotta go where the money is. That's a bigger fight, Teofimo. I understand that. He don't really get nothing, but you know what I'm saying? Notoriety for beating Andy Cruz, but okay, he go up with fighting Teofimo, he possibly get a belt in another weight class. You know, I understand it, what's going on with them. But that's a hard fight to pick from. You know, Teofimo Lopez, tricky, man. He when he go against the best, he beat the best. You know what I'm saying? And, he lost to George Kambosos. I understand that, some say he was injured or had health problems during that fight, and he went through with it. But since then, Teofimo, you know what I'm saying? He been doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? When he beat Josh Taylor, I thought Josh Taylor was going to beat the hell out of Teofimo Lopez, but that didn't happen. And that I started being believed. I thought Barboza was going to beat him. Because I kept saying Teofimo really ain't a pure boxer, but his athleticism and his athleticism carry him a long way in the ring, y'all. And I'm not saying he's not a skillful boxer, but I didn't think that he was on a level like that. I thought Teofimo was just built off athleticism and power. But I see if I was to pick, I can't pick. That's something for y'all to do. I'm gonna ask the boxing fans how y'all feel about Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. Who y'all think gonna be the winner in that? Because right now I can't tell you. I really can't tell you. Both of them are obsessional. Oh, how you say? I can't say the word right now, but they bad fighters. They good fighters, and that's gonna be a hell of a fight right there to see them, link up and fight. So that's a fight I'm looking forward to, Young Switch. Let me see. It's a hell of a fight. That will indicate how Shakur versus Tank will play out. Basically, a bigger version of Tank, but he throws more punches. True, that's a good point. It will show a little bit, but different styles make fights. But due to the athleticism, the speed and footwork of Teofimo, it would look very good to see how that fight come out. I think that it will show what he can do in the ring with Tank. About Teofimo being a bigger fighter, like you said, throwing more punches. It's gonna really let us know and see what time it is with Tank, and But then we this is the thing with Tank, y'all. We might as well not expect no fight. We ain't gonna get no fight from Shakur. We ain't gonna get no Shakur Stevenson versus Tank. Hell, we ain't gonna get no Floyd Schofield versus Tank. We ain't gonna get no Andy Cruz versus Tank. We ain't gonna get a Ray Mortella versus Tank. Tank need to just retire, y'all. Why we gotta keep going through this with Tank? Why? This man is going to fight a YouTuber. A YouTuber, y'all. I can see this. This is what I be saying about this. Is what I don't like about it. The money is making it okay to duck. And it's big channels out here using this as an excuse. You know what I'm saying? And justifying it. They prize fighters, we understand that. We ain't getting no money off of it. You know, they act like we supposed to know and care about how big they payday is. We not getting a dime from their payday. All right, we don't care. That ain't nothing but new ways for fans to accommodate ducking. That's all that is. They set up that, oh, well, if he gonna fight this person, that's a bigger payday. But yeah, y'all missing the fact that the person that ain't the bigger payday is a threat. Is a threat. Floyd Schofield is a threat. Andy Cruz is a threat to Tank. Raymond Mortalla is a threat to Tank. Shakur Stevenson is a threat to Tank. But yet, hey, let's just go with a bigger payday at. See, this is why we have no undisputed people no more. Shout out to Devin Haney, who I don't like, but I give him his credit. Devin Haney, young fighter, wanted to be great. Went out there and said, you know what, I'm finna be undisputed. Something others haven't accomplished in the sport of boxing. Shout out to Devin Haney for that, man. What's going on in the sport of boxing, man? It's getting ridiculous, bro. This new era ducking. It's just a lot of channels out here, fanboys. They fanboys of fighters. They are not fanboys of boxing. Because real boxing fans don't give a damn about how much money you finna make. I ain't finna make it. And that ain't hate. That's just what you eat don't make me shit. I want to see you go out there and fight some real level competition. And people get mad at you and, oh, you a hater. You just mad. No, we boxing fans. Just like if you was watching any other sport, basketball. You don't want to see the most dominant team in the league play the sorriest team in the NBA. In football, you don't want to see the most dominant football team play the sorriest team in football. We want to see real fights. That's all we ask for. And all these channels out here that's condoning this, talking about big paydays, they are helping fighters duck. They are helping fighters duck, man. Now, I also want to talk about this. I'm going to read y'all comments too with Joseph Parker and the guy Fabio Wardley. I never checked out Fabio Wardley. But this dude got skills. This one heavyweight with skills. I don't know if he a former cruiserweight or he used to be a smaller fighter or anything like that. But when I was watching the highlights of the Joseph Parker fight, oh boy, he got some skill set on him, man. You know, I wasn't expecting him to beat Joseph Parker, so I like to see him against, you know, somebody else at heavyweight, probably Anthony Joshua, somebody like that. You know, I'd like to see what's next for him. That was a good fight, you know what I'm saying? He's a patient fighter. I seen how he kept going to the body earlier on Joseph Parker. He looked like he fights like a small man to be heavyweight. Kind of like a James Toney back in the day or something like that. So I'd like to see more of Ward. I wasn't expecting him to win that fight. Guapo, what's up, y'all? Also, at the top of the channel, you see going across, support the channel, man. We ain't rich over here, bro. We ain't rich. So please support the channel. Cash App up at the top if you want to support the channel. I truly appreciate you. Tank will retire after Jake Paul. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, Tank. He need to retire. We don't care. Bye. You holding up a belt, bro. You holding up a belt. Go. Ain't nobody gonna miss you. Ain't nobody gonna miss Tank. Floyd decent, but he gonna get ate up by the right opponent. A pure boxer, Abdullah Mason. Oh, we already know what's gonna happen to him. If he do get a title shot, Abdullah Mason is gonna whoop his ass. If y'all ain't seen the video of him sparring Abdullah Mason was taxing that ass. Oh, Floyd Schofield, I told y'all, reminds me of Sean Porter. They have the same type of style. Floyd Schofield, hell of a fighter, strong fighter, power puncher, fast, athletic, but he lacks fundamentals and he lacks defense. He lacks fundamentals and he lacks defense. See, this is the time, like I be telling y'all, when fathers should be, let me get an assistant trainer, a real trainer, somebody who boxed before, who been in the ring, who was a champion or a major contender in the world of boxing. You know what I'm saying? This is when you go and get these people, because when he run up on that pure boxer, Shakur was gonna beat his ass. Abdullah Mason was gonna beat his ass for sure. Let me see who else up there. Raymond Mortalla. That would have been a good fight. Schofield versus Mortalla. Can't say who will win that fight, but hey, you know, we'll have to see, you know. But he ain't gonna beat. That'll be a good fight because they both of their styles. They gonna make it happen in the ring. But I know 2 losses for sure for Floyd Schofield, and that's Shakur Stevenson and Abdullah Mason. Now Tank, I don't know. It depends on if they get in the ring with Tank and they get them light scale. You know what I'm saying? They get up under there and then they ain't fighting the same. But if they Tank, I can't say they gonna beat. I ain't gonna say they could beat Tank. Tank got a different level to him though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say he got a different level because we ain't seen it yet. He's supposed to do that against Lamont Roach. That's what they coaching always saying. Oh, we trying to get fighters that's gonna push Tank to the next level. Why did he go to the next level when he was fighting Lamont Roach? With Tank, one thing you can't do against Tank, you cannot throw the same punch over and over against Tank Davis. You cannot throw the same punch over and over again. He's gonna knock you out. Especially that jab. Tank, wait on your jab. If you keep throwing that jab, he gonna Leo Santa Cruz your ass. If you keep throwing the same punch and Tank see it, he gonna knock you out. He gonna knock you out. So that's gonna be a good fight. Fly Eagles Fly. What's up with you, my brother? I'm on my computer. I'm not on my phone. I can't give you a wrench. But next video, if you come on, bro, I promise you gonna get that, bro. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate all y'all watching, man. Teofimo beat Lomachenko when he was #1 pound for pound. Yeah. When everybody, well, besides Devin Haney, didn't want no smoke with Lomachenko. To be fair, Devin will fight anybody. That's true. Devin will fight anybody. You know, like I said, I got my thing against the Haneys, but I never deny his talent. Devin Haney, out of the newcomers, he at the top of he at the top. Right behind that is Shakur Stevenson, I'll say. No. I'll say Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson. I'm talking about who actually doing something as far as like legacy in the sport of boxing. Devin Haney, Teofimo, Shakur. Ryan ain't doing shit. I don't even know. Hey, but Ryan making money though. But as far as legacy, Ryan, I have to put Tank, then Richardson Hitchens out the new era of fighters. I don't know. No. Don't let me talk about Showbiz. Man, what Showbiz done did now? Shout out to Showbiz, one of the biggest, best channels out there in the game. You know what I'm saying? I go at Showbiz sometimes too, but I had to bow down. You got to bow down to the king. Showbiz is the king, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be the one to tell y'all. You know, I could go at him. Showbiz the king. To have a channel that's not affiliated with a fight hype or can go around and just talk to boxers every day like that, Showbiz got the crown. I salute the Showbiz. Even though we have different opinions at times, you know, I salute to the king. You know what I'm saying? Much credit to him. The man earned his right. You know, you don't got to agree with him all the time. I don't agree with him all the time, but the king. You know what I'm saying? Devin Duck Teofimo went there at 135. Let's be real. he waited for T.O. to lose to Kambosos. Also, y'all remember he was he was calling. Devin Haney did some whole shit. Y'all probably might not remember this. Devin Haney did some whole shit. He wanted Teofimo Lopez to lose so bad, which is smart. Teofimo was much more of a threat for Devin Haney. Kambosos wasn't. Y'all feel me? T.O. was a threat for as far as fighting ability for Devin Haney. Kambosos wasn't. Devin Haney is calling Teofimo is calling Kambosos, telling Kambosos everything that Teofimo Lopez was going through and he was doing. Y'all remember when Kambosos exposed that? Said Devin Haney was calling him, telling him, oh man, you know he going through stuff with his wife and this, that, and the other, telling on Teofimo Lopez, you know, so he could lose. And, and it worked out for him. Devin Haney became undisputed. Beat Kambosos twice. So, you know, that's just the way it went. Parker really got stopped at the end of the ninth. I didn't really see the fight, bro. I only seen the highlights. I thought it was coming on at night. I didn't know it was coming on that early in the day. But I wasn't expecting that guy to beat him like that. I want to see more of Wardley. Either Wardley versus usually supposed to be next. No, they shouldn't do that. No. I mean, he getting a shot at the titles, yeah. You know, payday, yeah. But who's a credible southpaw at we got Wallen at heavyweight. Let me go up to heavyweight right quick and see who up here at heavyweight. But going after you, Uzi, like I say, the boy got skills, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Hold up, I don't even see Wardley name in the top 10 for heavyweight. I don't know how you gonna get a fight with Uzi. He ain't in the top 10, I don't think. Cause I'm looking on boxing scene right now. He ain't nowhere in the top 10 to get a fight with Uzi, y'all. I think he need to. I don't think you just jump up like that. You know what I'm saying? But hold up, cause Joseph Parker done beat some fighters to get up there to get him a title shot. So I see why he probably gonna end up getting that title shot. He, beating Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker been on the rise, whooping ass and taking names. So I see why they'll give it to him because he beat him. Fannon's still talking about Fanning. How people even watch Fanning? Now we gonna talk about some bad channels out here. How people even watch Fanning? Fanning don't be knowing what the hell he be talking. Fanning is a habitual penis rider and hater. Fanning can't predict the fight to save his damn life. Fanning don't even talk about boxing for real. He just talk about gossip and messy whole shit. he don't tell you nothing. He don't predict no fights or nothing. He just a messy little hoe. That's all Fanning is, a little messy hoe. He don't tell you nothing about boxing. Y'all ain't never won a fight listening to him off a bet, listening to Fanning. I don't understand why y'all even deal with Fanning like that. No. Kid pulled out again. He ducked Shakur. Now come on. I just showed the picture. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want me to show you the picture again? Y'all tell me if this look like an injury for those that's watching. All right? Y'all let me know if this look like an injury. It looked like somebody drawed on his hand with a marker to me. This is what it looked like. Y'all see this right here? He said his arm was swole and all this stuff. Them look like mosquito bites to me. They look like mosquito bites to me. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like you said, this is backing out. Like I said, I would never sign up to fight Floyd Schofield. Only way I sign up to fight Floyd Schofield is I tell him this. If he back out, I get his purse. I get what he was gonna get paid. Or he had to pay me a certain percentage if he back out this fight. Because I'm not finna go and spend no money for no guy who every time it's time for him to get in the ring with somebody, he bag out. Keyshawn Davis will get him too. Keyshawn Davis ducking ass. Keyshawn Davis ducking ass. Ain't it funny? He did the same thing Charlo did when Bud came. Now you want to retire. Andy Cruz coming up in the ranks. Now he want to retire. He want to move up to 140. Who advising his career is very dumb. Whoever advising his career, somebody done told somebody in Keyshawn Davis' ear telling him that he Floyd Mayweather or something. Because we don't care about you retiring. We know why you retiring, Keyshawn. Andy Cruz. We know. Devin Haney did it when Shakur came to 135. As soon as Shakur came to 135, Devin, I'm gone. I'm gone. Jamel Charlo when Terrence Crawford came to 154, belt's gone. Belt's gone. Keyshawn Davis, Andy Cruz coming up in the ranks. Keyshawn Davis, gone. That's what's going on. That's why he retired. That's why he retiring, y'all. Don't believe the cap. Don't believe the cap. He retiring because Andy Cruz somewhere around there. He don't want no smoke with Andy Cruz. And it's gonna be real sad if he go to 140 and get his head tapped on trying to run from 135. What was Fanny saying about Terrence Crawford? Tank will knock that kid out. And I'm not a Tank fan. It will be bad. I believe that too. ASAP. We agree on one thing about that. Defense is too bad and not skill set enough to beat Tank. Tank gonna knock Kid Austin out. Too close to I think the same size for real. I don't think he got a longer reach or that much of a reach with Tank. I think Tank will end up knocking him out, catching him from a mistake that he gonna make, throwing a punch or something like that. I think Tank are gonna get him out of there. And that's no hate. Y'all know I don't like Tank for what he doing in the sport of boxing, but like I tell y'all, I don't be biased. I'll tell you I don't like him, but as far as their skill, I'm not gonna do him like that. Tank will knock out Floyd Schofield. Lamont Roach, Isaac Cruz, who I got? I got Isaac Cruz. I was supposed to make a video like that because I said something wrong, right? I was saying that I thought Lamont Roach was a southpaw. My bad. I was wrong. And I said that if you look at Isaac Cruz's losses, they came from mostly southpaws. You know, for some reason, he can't get off good on southpaws. And I seen this because of the reach distance. When he fighting a southpaw, his arms are too short, even if he threw a straight right hand, his arms is too short to catch a southpaw with a straight shot. Even if he throw an overhand, his arms are too short to catch a southpaw because of the distance. And I think this is why he loses mostly the southpaws. And I thought that Lamont Roach was a southpaw, but he's not. I got Isaac Cruz, y'all. I don't think Lamont Roach is going to be able to deal with the pressure and the punch output that Isaac Cruz going to bring to the table. For one, like I said in my last video, I thought about this. He ain't got the athleticism Tank got. And I'm not comparing Lamont Roach to Tank, but about what I'm saying about athleticism, footwork, and movement. Lamont Roach stiff leg to me. I don't know. Have y'all seen a different Lamont Roach? But Lamont Roach to me is stiff leg. You know, he don't have real good athleticism. He like one of them. You know, I'm gonna tell you, Erickson Lubin, Lamont Roach, certain black fighters is like they ain't never played sports or basketball or nothing like that. And that's the way Lamont Roach come across to me. Like he ain't never played football, basketball. He probably have, but his leg movement don't do it for me against a fighter like Isaac Cruz. Because he going to have to move around that ring, create distance. If he fight, I got Isaac Cruz, y'all. Isaac Cruz versus Lamont Roach. Sports prediction. What's up with you? Thank you for tuning in. Got goofies like BT FT saying Usyk should fight Parker or Wilder as a second choice before he retire, as if we need to see Wilder get trashed by Usyk. I don't want to see that at all. Yeah, Wilder will lose to Usyk. Wilder will lose to Usyk. Unless he could get a punch off. You know, if we gotta remember this always when we thinking about fights, y'all, as fight fans. One punch changes everything. Now, just like the boys, he lost to him twice, but I still say to this day, Du Bois was supposed to win. He's supposed to become unified champion that night from that body shot. So one punch could change everything. Wilder catch him slipping and crack Usyk, just like that body shot caught Usyk slipping from Du Bois. Hey, we could have a new undisputed champion. Now, I won't want to see the fight, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, it is two heavyweights, so you know what I'm saying? It'll be nice to see, but as far as skill set, Wilder goes down. And I'm from Alabama. Shout out to Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Came from here, made his millions doing his thing, but as far as when it comes to boxing against Usyk, done deal. Done deal. Shouldn't do it. Let that be, man. Let that be, man. I lost respect for Keyshawn after he did what he did to Albright. That was sucker shit. Yeah. They was wrong. Why you gonna jump that man like that? You and your brothers go backstage and jump the man because he beat your bro. What type of shit is that, man? What was y'all thinking about when y'all went and did that, bro? And I think, who the oldest brother? Somebody, who like I said, who managing them? Who managing them? Who be around the DB3, whatever their name is, DB3? Who was there to let y'all go back there and jump them? I would have sued their ass. If I was Buddy, I would have filed a lawsuit. I would have sued all three of their ass. Y'all finna give me some money for trying to jump me. I'd have sued the hell out of them. I'd have sued Top Rank. I'd have sued them personally. Somebody was gonna give me some money. Cause that was dumb as hell. Ain't the damn streets. You backstage trying to fight cause a dude fair and squarely beat your brother? Come on, man. That don't make no sense. What I think about Fulton versus Bob Foster. Hold on, I thought he's supposed to be Fulton's supposed to be fighting, what's that boy name? Oshaki, or what they call him, Shock? I thought he was fighting him. Who the hell is Foster? I thought he was fighting somebody else. Who is Foster? Oh, let me go down and see. Oh, that's his name, Oshaki. Why you say Bob Foster? Why you say Bob Foster? That's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be skill versus skill, that fight. I can't really say. I really never checked out. Oh, he has two names. Okay, my bad then. But I don't know who's gonna win that fight. I don't know. That's 50-50. You know what I'm saying? I haven't checked out or looked in the highlights of either one of them to say who's gonna win that fight. So I really don't know at the end of the day. But I know it's gonna be a good fight. Both of them have great skill set. So you know what I'm saying? So we'll see who's gonna come out on top. Who you think gonna win that fight in your opinion? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know who gonna win that. Let me see. What you say? I got Fulton according to Boots. Boots Scooter is at I got Fulton according to Boots Scooter is a top pound for pound fighter. Who was Boots Scooter? Who was Boots Scooter? Me too. Then I would have retired. Keyshawn. Gabriel, you talking about you would have sued him? Hell yeah, I would have sued that boy. Stop playing with me. Another fight we got Anthony Yarde versus Anthony Yarde gonna get his ass kicked. Anthony Yarde gonna get his ass kicked. I'm telling y'all. I feel Anthony Yarde is finna get beat down. I'm telling y'all. Anthony Yarde, he's a C plus fighter. I think Anthony Yarde is. Man, he finna get, I say, 9th, 10th round stoppage for David Benavidez in that fight. David Benavidez gonna beat the hell out of Anthony Yarde. No disrespect to Anthony Yarde. Thank you for your, you know what I'm saying, giving us entertainment, my brother. But man, he finna beat on that boy like a pinata out there. 9th round stoppage, 10th round stoppage, Anthony Yarde out of there. Anthony Yarde gonna be out of there. I got Foster Fulton got PTSD from it. Hey man, I don't. People think I be hating on NUI when I say that NUI on steroids. I'm not hating on that man. I'm not mad because he's Japanese and he winning. Y'all, I've been watching boxing too long not to know that boy is on steroids. You cannot go up in weight like that and run through bigger men and knock them out like that, y'all. The only fighter who we ever seen do that for real was who? Manny Pacquiao. And we all know that even Paulie Malignaggi came out and said Manny Pacquiao is on damn steroids. NUA is on steroids, y'all. This no hate, no cap. That boy is on steroids, y'all. You're not going to run up in different divisions like that, climbing up like that, and just run through people. That's unnatural. Why y'all think Manny Pacquiao the only fighter to run through 8 divisions? When he was getting knocked out at a small, how y'all think Manny Pacquiao went up 8 divisions when he was getting knocked out at 106 or whatever low weight he was getting knocked out there by dudes his size. Listen to what I'm telling y'all about Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was getting knocked out at his weight class. At his weight class. And then he just go up 8 divisions. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just beating big men. Come on, man. Ain't no haters, just telling the truth. NUI on steroids. NUI was on steroids. That's a video. Let me write that down. I got to make another video on that. That boy on steroids, plainly. Let me see. Yeah, but that boy hit that boy so fast and knocked him out the ring. That boy hit, man. You could. I rewind that punch about 6, 7 times, bro. He knocked Fulton out that ring, bro. Bro, you didn't even see, it was so fast you couldn't even really see it on tape. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, y'all. My auntie texted my auntie sick. I mean, Canelo moved up to light heavyweight and knocked out. The Canelo, first of all, let's get Young Switch. I love you. I love you, my boy. Hey, y'all support the channel. Please support the channel. Okay, go to Cash App. Whatever you see and support the channel. We truly appreciate it over here. Okay, go. Young Switch, let me tell you this. He did not beat Kovalev. Kovalev gave that belt up. That was a dive fight. Kovalev, I know you're gonna be, oh, come on, easy, bro. I'm telling you. Kovalev took a dive that fight. Kovalev had just beaten Anthony Yard, a 75-pounder, legitimate 175-pounder, snapping his head back. When Kovalev throw jabs, he snapped people's head back. Look how he was doing Andre Ward and stuff. Look how he did Andre Ward the first fight and stuff, which he really beat Andre Ward. I don't know why people act like Andre Ward won that fight. Andre Ward lost to Kovalev, their first fight. But he fight Canelo. When you ever seen Sergey Kovalev throwing tapping jabs? When you ever seen Kovalev throwing tapping jabs, the Shane Mosley jab? The Shane Mosley jab. When you seen Kovalev throwing jabs like that? He sold that belt to Canelo. Kovalev was going through a lawsuit where he punched some lady in the face. And they gave Kovalev, I think he paid Kovalev $12 million. If I ain't mistaken, y'all look it up and let me know. They paid Kovalev $12 million for that fight. He sold that belt to Canelo. He dived. He took a dive, leaned right into the punch. Nah, he ain't beat him. Hell nah. See what I'm saying? Come on. You don't understand me. We know what's going on here. We know what's going on. Ain't y'all good but overrated. He been dropped multiple times. Just ain't fought the right guy yet. He been dropped multiple times because he going up there fighting bigger men. What helps him is he on them drugs. That's what help him. That's what help him. No hating on him. That's what help him. Did you know that blood test for steroids is not most effective? It leaves your body the quickest. Hair follicle test is the best way, and it stays in your bloodstream up to 12 months. Well, that's what they need to start doing. Guapo, shout out for that information. That's something very valuable. So the thing is, why don't they just pull hair? So that means Vada and them just making money for no reason. They just there to say they there and take people blood and pee. Because if they really wanted to catch somebody, shout out to Guapo. They just pull their hair. That's all they gotta do, pull their hair. But what they do, they let them go pee and they take their blood and pee and take, knowing this stuff could be faked and they got ways around it. Yeah. So that's a good point, where they just pull their hair. Floyd was bald while fighting. As soon as he retired, he grew his hair out. Things that, damn. Guap. That is interesting. That's very interesting, Guapo. Damn. Hey, you know they caught Floyd with them IVs back in the day for them. Hey, they caught them IVs, they say, back in the day. With them IVs and when he was fighting Manny Pacquiao, so I don't know. Damn, Floyd. Yeah, Guapo got. I like Guapo. Guapo. If I wish I was on my thing on my phone, I would most definitely give you a wrench, my brother. I would most definitely give you a wrench. That's how the CIA did, and DA did tests. Well, that's what they need to do in boxing with all this playing going around here. If they really wanted to catch him, you know what I'm saying? If they really wanted to catch him, they'll pull their blood instead of all that. If they really wanted to catch them and see who was out there doing, you still get the hair. You can still get hair from a what? From a gothic? What you saying? What y'all think about Danny Garcia? Danny Garcia, man. Danny, I like Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, a hell of a fighter. But I think he about done, son. I think he about done. I'd like to see a Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia rematch at 154. I would like to see that. No, Danny at 160, right? Yeah, Danny at 160. So who at 160 had Danny? Who we can see from Danny? I think Danny done though. You know, he got started. He should rematch Laura. Try to get the rematch with Laura. You just gonna go out like that, let Laura stop you and knock you out? No, go back and tell Laura you want that rematch. Laura, 40 years old. Laura, 40 years old, whooping ass and taking name, man. Laura ain't out here playing with people. Laura telling them, don't come over here playing with me, man. In my opinion, Danny Garcia good, but he has too many limitations. Flat-footed, he just can't do too much. Yeah, and then going up in them bigger weight classes like that, you know, these guys are taller, you know what I'm saying, longer reach. You know, like you just said, that flat footedness is going to be a problem for him trying to box and things like that. Yeah, he should just stay at 154. He was better off at 154. I didn't know Shane Mosley Jr. at 160. Chris Eubank Jr. at 160. Ramos, okay. Well, y'all, we got about 7 minutes left on the channel. Please hit your like buttons and share the videos. Yeah. And I don't know why, before we go, I don't know why people still talking about Boots Ennis and Terrence Crawford. Let it go, y'all. I mean, but if it's a fight that everybody want to see, let's get it. He don't deserve to fight at all. Terrence ain't got no business fighting him. This is where the internet is just boosting the fight up, man. Boots ain't got no. Okay. This is what I'm gonna say. As far as deserving a fight, Boots don't deserve to fight at all. But simply because everybody wants to see it, we got to get that fight. But the question is Boots gonna move up to 160? Because Crawford said he coming to 160. He ain't going down to 154. So is he willing to move up to 160 to face Terrence Crawford? The fight needs to happen because I don't care, but I don't want the fight. I already know who's gonna win. I know Bud gonna beat him. But since everybody keeps screaming this Boots talk, We got to get this fight. We got to see it, y'all. That is just what it is. We got to see it. So, hey. Boots, but see, that's what I'm saying, though. People talking about it, but Boots ain't handled business at 154 yet. He ain't been handling business at 154 yet. What are we talking about? Let's see if he can handle some business at 154, and then we can say, hey, if he could beat Virgil Ortiz like my boy Young Switch just said, if Boots beats Virgil Ortiz, then they'll interest me. Until then, it's pointless. Exactly. Standing ovation for my boy Young Switch. You said it better than I could have said it, man. If he don't beat Virgil Ortiz, don't say nothing about that fight. I don't even think he gonna fight Virgil Ortiz. I think he gonna pull a Kid Austin. Either this is what they gonna do. They gonna lowball Ortiz. They gonna give him an offer that he don't want, and then they gonna broadcast that Ortiz don't want to fight Boots. Watch what I tell you. Eddie Hearn known for doing that. Eddie Hearn is known for doing this. Oh, we sent him a contract. And he bid it himself out. Let me tell you, Eddie Hearn will send you a contract to fight for $2, and if you say no, he goes straight to the internet and tell on you. Eddie Hearn will send you a contract for $2, and if you don't sign it, he gonna run and go tell on you. Oh, he didn't sign the contract. We offered him and he outbid himself. And I asked for more than $2. That's all I said. That's all I said, bro, was I wanted more than $2. And you go straight to the internet telling us, I don't want to fight. I outbid it myself because I wanted $3. I outbid it. In her hell, though. He hell. But hell nah. Yeah. But y'all, we got 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left, man. I thank y'all for tuning in. There's a lot of platforms, major platforms on right now. I see the Boxing Voice on. And before I say this, Nez be messy. Nez is messy as hell. He be doing whole shit on the low when it comes to a fighter that he like. Nestor on Boxing Voice, he do a lot of whole shit. Like what he did to Brian Norman Sr. about that drug testing, going to ex-Turkey something when he knew that was going to cause a situation for fans to think that Brian Norman Jr. was taking something. That was some, and shout out to Brian Norman Sr. for getting on his ass about that too. Like, I know what you was trying to do. Nestor a hoe. A lot of y'all don't know Nestor is a known rat. Nestor, see, you can't, and see, people gonna say what they gotta do with boxing. It ain't got nothing to do with boxing, it got something to do with your manhood. See, you a bitch. Nestor told on some dudes he was selling drugs with, y'all. So a dude that would do that, he most definitely will be a hoe against a boxer he don't even know. When he told on dudes he had a drug case with. Yeah, I don't like these channels out here, bro. You gotta watch their character, bro. They be saying stunned like they don't be doing little shit behind the scenes, and then when they get caught, they try to just. Nestor ain't right. I'm telling y'all. But hey, y'all, it's time for me to get up off of here. I'm gonna put some shorts up here today, and I thank y'all for tuning in, man. This your boy Easy, man. Y'all be safe out here. Share the videos, support the channel. I'm up out of here, man.